Discovery, go at throttle up. Sounds alright to me, Southern. It might be a little bit out, but I think it's okay. Sounds, I mean, maybe here and there, but... Yeah, it sounds alright. I mean, it's probably just my horrible playing that's... that you're hearing. Yeah, it's most likely just that. Hmm. Right there. D. Yeah, it's a little out. $1,500. Thanks, man. Thanks. Here. I can only give you the first part of this because it's all I remember how to do. There you go. It's all I ever remember. Remember. I suck. I can't play the rest of that, dude. My fingers don't work like that. Your cat is having kittens? That's awesome. Alright. Space news time. Space news time. Where did I put the pick? Uh-oh. Oh no, I dropped the pick and it took the bounce of doom. Where did it go? Found it. Someone take the dying animal out back and shoot it already. Now, maybe we should do that to the peanut gallery instead. Put up or shut up, bitch. Where's your guitar? Get wrecked. . Get wrecked, nerd. Freaking destroyed. Wow, classy. Yeah, okay, you're right. I gotta time myself out. I'll time myself out for 10 seconds for that one. I put my 13-year-old up against you. Oh, hiding behind your kids, huh, goalie? Jeez. You're just a real piece of crap. Before we get too deep into things, I made a logo for the capsule that I'm making in KSP. I'm naming the capsule Cardinal. Nice. Yeah, alright. Did you know that on Beam MP there are career servers with economy? Really? Really? I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, let's let me get the vidya. Okay. Get all this stuff in here. Okay, sorry, Signerd, I was reading what you said. You said, why do we need a propulsion test article when we've already done 2 green runs? You're talking about SLS. What if we want to upgrade SLS's engines? Welcome to the state of KSP. Patron state of shooting stuff into space. That's right. That's right, man. That's right. The thing that came to Rule 8 has nothing about upgraded engines. Well, I still don't understand why they don't use aerospike engines. Aerospike engines aren't good unless you're doing an SSTO. It really doesn't make sense otherwise. It's too complicated. Like you'd have to go and engineer a new motor, which is what we're finding out from BE4 and Raptor that is increasingly difficult to do. So it's better to use something off the shelf, even though that might be, you know, not as expensive, but still pretty damn expensive. But if it wasn't for the SRBs, the SLS would basically be an SSTO. What's KSP, Vasi? I don't know what that is. That's not really how that works. That's like saying Saturn V second stage is basically an SSTO without the Saturn V first stage. I mean, yeah, but actually, no. And I agree with Novus on this one. Keeping a main propulsion testing article around for future upgrades is probably a good way to do that. And I'm the one that said they should get their money's worth out of that damn test stand. You already put in a good amount of money into freaking refurbishing that damn thing. So you might as well get your money's worth. Just a thought. I mean, I like the idea of a main propulsion testing article. It sets up basically future sustainability for the program. And just because it doesn't make sense now doesn't mean it's not going to make more sense down the road when we need to design, when we need to redesign engines because we ran out of shuttle motors. The RS-25s have been tested in the green run, in the core stage, but not the RS-25Es. You're going to need another propulsion test article. Now, Synerd, is there better ways to do that? Yes, absolutely. The way I would do it is just, I don't know, green run every core stage. Why not? You already built the test stand out, might as well, but they don't want to do that, so build a test article. That's fine with me. Well, then the main propulsion testing article would have to be before we did the green runs with the first production core stage. Look, we all know that SLS is kind of haphazardly thrown together. We're getting all the pieces that we would probably have needed from the start. Yeah, I get it, it's out of order, but it's also happening at the same time. Like, yeah, we analyzed it yesterday, Pythos. It's your standard political money grab. I disagree basically on every level, Williams. Look, you can sit here and you could say, oh, it's just political stuff. Look, when it comes to spaceflight policy, the engineering is what denotes the policy. Every day of the week, guys. And you could say that it doesn't, but that would be incorrect. Engineering denotes the policy every time. People might tack on other bullcrap to it, but engineering denotes the policy. You know why? Because if it didn't, you know, we would make rockets that run off of hopes and dreams instead, if politicians had their way, because politicians and hopes and dreams seem to be something that confers a lot lately. I'm sorry, that's just a cold, hard fact, dude. That's just it. Senators aren't engineers last time I checked. Signer, do you believe in lobbying? What do you think that is? Honest question, dude. Like, what do you think that is? What do you think they're doing when they lobby? Oh, just gonna pay you some money and you do what we say. I don't like lobbying now that you mention it. I mean, who does? But also, the people that are lobbying these politicians to do this policy represent the corporations and the engineers, right? Like, it's not the politicians that are making the decisions there. They're just trying to represent their constituents, big quotations there, in policy. That's why I always say it'll always go back to engineering. Now, where I think we agree is that there are ways to draw it out on purpose. But, okay, so, look, you might not like this, all right? And I get it. People are going to disagree with me on this, and that's fine. That's totally cool. This is very much my opinion, and it is very much subjective. I think they're drawing this program out on purpose so they don't sticker shock anybody. There it is. I honestly think they're trying to go slow and steady, and that does mean a slow space program, and that does suck. They're trying not to sticker shock anybody, because you have to disclose public funds. I mean, think about it, dude. You're a billion dollar corporation, right? Billion dollar corporation, and you want the government, you want a juicy government contract worth a couple bajillion dollars, right? You don't want to raise too many flags, right? And you don't want to just get handed a $10 billion contract right off the bat. No. Look at what happened with HLS. It's a perfect example, right? Sticker shock, meaning, oh my gosh, why are we giving so much money here? No. Everything kind of goes under the radar. And that's what I mean about a fragmented program. We're getting bits and pieces of what we should have done, what we should have had at the beginning. Over time. We're getting bits and pieces over time to eventually build out a complete moon program. Now, Synerd, I want to make this very clear. That's my opinion, and I understand it, but I don't really agree with that. Constellation in Apollo is the way to go, obviously. But like I said, when you get bits and pieces and you basically have an IV drip to your lunar program, right, you're going to get stuff like this. This stuff's going to happen. What I'm saying is that we could do this without the MPTA, which would save money, and not that we save $30 billion kind of thing. Using the test stand more is going to save you the most money. They already sunk like $2 billion into the B2 test stand to refurbish it, dude. Now, I've said this once, I'll say it again, dude. There are better ways to do SLS, and I understand. I get it. There are better ways to do it, but NASA's working with a deck stacked against them. Got to understand that. Right? So stuff is going to pop in and it's not going to make sense. Like, we should have had the MPTA when the program started, right? But it's coming in now. And the way that kind of conferred together is that it came after. And yeah, that does seem wasteful, but at least two things with that. If they make a propulsion testing article on the B2 test stand that can be swapped out with an EUS testing article, which is what they want to do with the B2 test stand, I don't have a problem with that. I would rather static fire the engines before they fly on a core stage, especially before I'm going to put people on it. I'm just putting it out there. I mean, Synerd, if I had my way, that test stand would be put to work. It would be put to work. Every core stage would go on that test stand and do a full duration burn to certify it. Every single one of them. But, I mean, if I had my way, NASA's budget would be doubled and we'd be on the moon with a moon base right now. Yeah, Core, I saw Steve Jurvetson's collection. Holy crap. Guy has a freaking RL-10 in his office, in his conference room. I would be so distracted in there. I'd be like, what are we talking about again? Oh my gosh, I want that, you know? It shows you how fast a rivalry destroys projects in a career. Did you know what happened to the SR-71 Blackbird? We got killed by a politician that thought the chief of skunk works had too much influence. Yeah, Kelly Johnson is the guy's name, Toby. So, Toby, you came in from Beam. All right, so if you don't know me, I am an aerospace nutcase. Nutcase. Cars, I mess with cars in my spare time. Those are fun. I love airplanes and I love spaceships. That's what I primarily do here. Like how I was teaching people about Beam with the weight distributions and stuff. That kind of weight distribution stuff happens with airplanes, more so with planes, because you don't have tires touching the ground. So if the plane isn't balanced, it'll just flip over, right? So, yeah, no, I know all about Kelly Johnson, the Skunk Works, the SR-71. Yeah, I mean, SR-71's a great program. It's a great program. It's a fantastic piece of equipment. Yeah, I know a lot about this stuff, dude, just to bring you up to speed with me. You have said overfunding is bad. When would it be considered overfunding? When the executive branch asks for a certain amount of cash and the Congress overfunds them, so it gives you more than what you need, that's overfunding. How are you doing today? I'm all right. If NASA came out and asked for $245 billion for the whole Artemis architecture in a lump sum, they'd get an immediate no. I agree. Having the test stand being used more is a good thing, but if NASA says we don't need any more data, who is some senator to say you actually do? Now, Synerd, okay, I'm playing devil's advocate here. This is straight EJ playing devil's advocate. I'm not sure. So, whenever I encounter a problem that I don't agree with, right? Like, dude, what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm with you. I'm with you on this one. I get it. And I actually kind of agree with Eric, too. But also, I think it's very important to understand context, okay? And NASA's trying not to sticker shock people. However, the NASA's trying to sticker shock people. Put that somewhere else. You have to understand context here, okay? They said they probably have. They said they have enough data for the core stage. All right. The core stage is using RS-25s. It's not using RS-25E, which is the one SLS version 1.1. Right. The RS-25Es have a slew of upgrades that the RS-25s don't have. What's the difference? RS-25s with no E designation is a converted shuttle motor. It's a shuttle motor that they've attached RS-25E components to, but it's still a shuttle motor at its heart. The RS-25E is a brand new construction RS-25. They are brand spanking new. I mean, NASA paid Aerojet Rocketdyne millions to restart RS-25 production and start making them again. RS-25E is a brand new engine. So, from an engineering point of view, and once again, this is me playing devil's advocate again, dude. From an engineering point of view, wouldn't you want another test article for RS-25Es? I would do another green run. But NASA might be able to work faster in parallel if they're preparing a core stage and green running the motors at the same time, right? If they fire up Stennis, right, and they make a propulsion testing article core stage, you don't need to move that core stage back and forth. You just need to move engines back and forth. Engines are easier to move than the whole core stage, right? So build the stage and then test fire the engines in parallel, right? And then assemble it and then send it to the pad. And before you say, oh, that's a stupid idea, that's exactly what SpaceX does. SpaceX does that with Falcon 9. That is exactly what they do. They have a propulsion testing article at McGregor. They do that. They absolutely have that. So, I mean, once again, maybe in the context there, it kind of makes sense. Who knows? I thought you liked this. What's that, back? Really? Oh, man. That's cool, dude. Dug into the update news or saving that for later? I mean, Max, we could jump into that now. I can't say that I can't say that I hate what I saw. I can't say that I hate it, man. Nice. Craft saving and loading improvements on final approach includes a huge revamp to craft and game save loading. Search, foldering, and cross-save access are added to craft loading in the editor, and search has been added to craft loading on the launchpad runway and to the quick save loading dialog. Oh. Well, hallelujah. You're my savior, man. This is great. Oh, man. It's not final update. The update's called on final approach. Alarm clock. One of the main features in the 1.12 update is the alarm clock app. With this tool, you'll be able to set alarms for maneuvers, manual time alarms, and alarms for various orbital positions, which will certainly come in handy for those long trips that require several burns to complete. It is the final update? Oh no. Oh no. It's going to be special in many ways. We are not only packing this free update with a massive amount of new content, player requests, and all sorts of fixes, but it is also our thank you letter to everybody in the community who supported us along the way and made our dreams come true. Unfortunately, oh no. All good things must come to an end, or rather move to the next chapter. So yes, on final approach is the last major update planned release for KSP. There may still be occasional minor updates to address bug fixes as needed. Squad's efforts will now shift to joining Intercept Games and the development of Kerbal Space Program 2. Oh, Velo, I have that loaded up. Don't you worry. It's right there. So what can you expect on June 24th with Kerbal Space Program on Final Approach? We've already shown a couple of things in our last issue of KSP Loaded. Oh. Boo. Yeah, no problem, Signer. Look, I always just try to play devil's advocate, especially if I agree with something. That's very important to do. I get it. I get it. It seems kind of dumb, but yeah, I mean, look, the SLS program ain't without criticism, but here's the real truth of that situation. Just shifting gears from the KSP update real quick. Here's the real truth about it. It's happening, dude. It's happening. I don't think it's wise to be in a position, or to try and think we're in a position where we can bargain at this point, where we can say, oh, that's wasteful and that's not. That's one of the problems that I have with people that do that. You're tanking, you're like setting up a program to fail doing that. I get it. There's going to be waste. I understand. Do I agree with it? No. Would you rather have nothing? No. See what I'm talking about? Anyway. I appreciate that. That's a skill that I lack. I always throw monkey wrenches in my own ideas, Synerd. You know why? Because if I disagree with something, I'm skeptical. If I agree with something, I'm very skeptical. It just keeps me on an even keel, dude. Because you have to kind of go against the grain, because if it's something that you want, right? You know that because you want it, it's going to cloud your judgment. You know what I mean? Do I want a main propulsion test article? No. They should just green run every stage. Do I understand why they're putting it there? Yeah, I get it. It would still be better to green run every stage. Why waste time with an MPTA? But designing in parallel makes sense. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind it. I think they should just green run every core stage. You know, you're worried about data. If data is really a problem, then just do that. Just green run every single one of them. But they can't do that. They have to make it compatible with the EUS, which is... Alright. Okay. Why do SRBs have the black bits on them? They have checkerboards on them for instrumentation, so the cameras can better detect the orientation of the vehicle. That's why rockets have checkerboards on them. I do have that. Oh, I almost puked. An MPTA is actually cheaper than green running every stage. You're adding 9 months of testing to every stage. See, Novus, once again, I'd like to green run every stage, but I understand why. And you know what? That's perfect. You're totally fair. Totally fair. Like I said, parallel processing, man, you're not wrong. I get it. I want to see an SLS launch as much as Falcon 9. That would have been so bad puking on stream. It turns out coffee and tamales aren't really a good lunch. Oh well. Anyway, well, that kind of, that kind of sucks that it's going to be the last one. The good news here is that Squad is working with Intercept on KSP2. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. I'm really happy about that. I'm happy that the KSP1 devs are now going to work with 2. That's really friggin' cool. That makes me absurdly happy. Coffee and tamales are a great lunch. Well, my stomach seems to disagree with you, IQ. Not to freaking blow chunks. I had one of those burps where you feel it kind of come up and then it goes back down after you burp and you're like, uh-oh. Craft save and loading improvements. On Final Approach includes a few... Okay, so we have the craft save loading improvements. There's Alarm Clock. There's the Maneuver Creator app, which yeah, that's going to be cool. And then there's wheel improvements. Tell your stomach to quit belly aching and get over it. Hey, Nova, thank you for the raid. Let's see. Wheels have undergone major tuning. We have fixed previous issues with stress tolerance, and we've made some improvements to the suspension and friction model. Additionally, wheels now have a few new tweakable controls that'll help reduce how easy it can be to flip rovers and other wheels. Oh, I love you. I love you. Max, I love you. I love you. I love you. That's awesome. I'm really happy about that. Yeah, beat you, Thomas. I'm not mad, stomach. I'm just disappointed. Please let robotic drift be fixed. They added fireworks. They added the slim suit. And then there's some KSP2 stuff. But I think that's... on June 24th, 2011. Yep. 1.12 on final. Now, I have to ask, any more DLCs? More DLCs for KSP at all? Nothing? Maybe? Excuse me, when cable? No. Great. This is cool. I'm happy that the KSP1 developers are working on 2. That's really, 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 really cool. There's still stuff they hadn't shown. Yep. Pythos, I think my first KSP was 16.2. 16.2 or 16.1. I forget. Somewhere around there. We've watched the KSP2 KSC video dish here. We'll watch it again here if you want. Think KSP2 will come out quicker now? It's possible. Wait a minute, is this different from the other day? Jebber. Nice. It's the same now, it's just not poop Twitter quality. Oh, man. That's kind of sad that it'll be the last update, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. KSP2 have ray tracing. I'm not sure, Darkbringer. I'm not sure something like ray tracing will bring much to the table with a game like KSP2, but who knows? You'd have to ask the developers that, dude. Well, they haven't... Thailand, if I'm thinking about this right, and somebody in chat already said this, they may... I mean, you still haven't tried mods. They may, there might be more content released for this patch. I don't know. Man, dude, I knew this day would come eventually, but hearing it. No, I haven't played Shapes. Hearing it is frigging weird, man. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I get you. I got the message. Yeah, that's. Sorry, I've been trying to answer messages right away because I find if I don't answer it right away, I don't answer it. It's not funny. You should probably answer people when they try to talk to you. Yeah, Crobe, I have. Will you switch only over to KSP2? I don't know, Oz, because I thought. Now, don't get me wrong, plans are always subject to change. The gaming industry is very, very, very fast-paced, and it's a very dynamic environment. I know because that's my background. That's what I went to school for. They said that, they'll still make some updates for KSP here and there, but I'm pretty sure that's just patches and stuff and not so much like new content. You should get some devs on here to talk about their time with KSP1. That's actually not a bad idea, Papa Bear. This covers the main features on Final Approach, but there are plenty of smaller ones coming in the update. Check them out with us when it releases on the 24th. Yeah, man. Wow. I didn't think this would hit me like this. I'm like... I mean, that's like... It's like a decade of my life. That's a third of my life right there. That's... No, I just think about, where was I June 24th, 2011? Like, what was I up to? I think I worked in a copy and print shop at the time. And I was trying to be a professional StarCraft player. I was trying to get better at StarCraft by playing 2 games every day. You were in Afghanistan, Dirty? Well, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. That's right before SDS 135. Yeah. Man, stuff has changed, dude. I did watch Day 9, Measlius, yeah. Fun Day Mondays, dude. Fusion Core dance, bro. C-Max is last. Sorry, yeah, no, I'm down to do that. Others will be hopping into people's streams during the release day to chat too, I think. Right on, dude. Yeah, we'll talk who we need to talk to, Max. We'll see if we can get that going again. Last with the link. Yeah, I told you that crane was gonna be nasty big, dude. Squad moving over to KSP2 production. Yes, they are. Yeah, Squad's efforts will now shift towards joining Intercept in the development of KSP2. Sweet. Man. I mean, mean, that happens, dude. You finish it, you read a good book, you finish it, close it, find another good book. Or read it again. That's right. Actually, somebody in chat had a pretty good idea. Play KSP 1 with mods and then just go play KSP 2 and switch back and forth. You were in the 3rd grade, Joe? Shoot, man. I was in 2011, I'd been out of college for 3 years. Now keep in mind, I graduated from college when I was 20. So if I did an accelerated program. Glad they're working on KSP 2. I'm sure their insights will help on its development. Yeah, no doubt, Novus, for sure. It's like how, you know, SLS could have gone faster if they didn't fire all the shuttle people. Yeah, you weren't expecting that one, were you? I think this is a perfect moment for you to finally do mods, now that there will be no new things to come out. Jeff, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, James, you know, I was working in your first internship during my 2nd year of college, dude. What would you say to your future self 10 years from now? Mises, what would I say? Oh, I don't know. I hope... Well, what did I say to myself? EJ at 42? Oh, man. If I'm... Bro, if you're still streaming, holy crap, how did you pull that off? Like, how'd you pull that one off, man? Jeez. First of all. Second of all, if you're not streaming, I hope something good happened, you know? I hope you got your degree, yeah, right? I hope something good happened. If I would say something to myself in 10 years, on June 10th, 2031, I don't like saying that at all. If I was going to say something, not many of you will I don't think anyone's going to understand this. Look, man, don't forget about the goals that we have, okay? Hopefully you got that stuff done. You know what I'm saying? And if not, why the hell haven't you done it yet? Lunprod, I have goals. I have goals for my life. I hope so, Lunprod. Jeez. Fly to orbit is one of them. Going to space is a stretch goal, Kamir, but it's there. I have goals. Make sure you do those goals. Make sure you've done those goals, and if you haven't, do them, please. Please. There's still time. You got plenty of time left. Mind sharing your goals? It's pretty vanilla stuff, guys. I'll be honest with you. You'll still be streaming fixing up the truck in 10 years. Yeah, I know. Well, it's a simple solution to absolutely ensure that element. Just take it apart right now. Take another 8 years to put back together. No, guys, my goals are, like I said, they're not as outlandish as you might be. Like, going to space would be a stretch goal, but like that would definitely be up there, but that's a distant goal. I have no idea how I'm going to pull that one off. Like, I don't think I'm smart enough to do that. Yeah, Mason, pretty much. Dude, I just want to work. Like, I don't know, that sounds weird. Like, I honestly, like, my goals are vanilla as hell, dude. I want a family. Straight up. I want a family, I want a house. I want a freaking camper that you could take the family to on a fishing trip or something. Like, it's like the freaking XO and Hunt for Red October. I want to live in Montana and have a pickup truck. Like, it's vanilla as frick, dude. Like, but we are your family. Yeah, okay. Blood is thicker than water, Mason. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it, dude. Just want family, just whatever you do, just don't be friggin' boring, man. Jesus. Work for what? Yeah. Yeah, Darkbringer, you know, like, I don't... Being a millennial has made the generic vanilla dream much harder to obtain. Because I'm adverse to hard work, Apatoxin, that doesn't mean anything to me, you know? I get it. No, it's definitely more difficult. I understand. The rules are... It's definitely on a higher difficulty. But when has playing on a higher difficulty ever stopped me? No. I like charging into stuff like that, even if I turn into a nervous wreck like I did at the beginning of this week. It's life, man. That's living, dude. I like that. I mean, you, as screwed up as that sounds, you know, you have to get stressed. Like, dude, I'd be really concerned if I wasn't getting stressed out about anything. Because that means I'm not challenging myself. That means I'm not improving. That means I'm not getting better at what I do. And that, you know what? As fricked up as that sounds, that's what means something to me. Like, I feel like every day this week you're turning more Russian. The stash and now the beard, I actually kind of like it. I need tracksuit. I'll get a tracksuit. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I stream on the internet. You're allowed to be weird here. It's fine. Hello? Aw. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, now I feel bad. I love you.
I love you too. Why you feel bad?
Oh.
Why you feel bad?
What?
Why do you feel bad?
Because I made you all emotional.
Oh, it's just because I love you so much.
Oh! God, this is living, man. This is living, man. Please cover the next Soyuz launch in a tracksuit. I'll do it. I'll do it. I love you.
I love you too.
That's what's important to me, man. Like, I'm vanilla as hell, and I don't care. I really don't. I don't have time to worry about being judged by people. Screw that. That's a waste of time. You know, it's like, yeah, no, my goals are vanilla as hell. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Hope the kids are doing well. Yeah, kiss the missus. Yeah, there you go, man, right? Will you watch the Artemis 2 launch in person? Oh, Pitt, I'm going to be there. But yeah, that's all I really ever, like, you know, you're taught to shoot for your goals and stuff when you're young and, you know, be this crazy, like, altruistic person, like, and have these crazy goals. And don't get me wrong, if I even get a sniff of the opportunity to get launched into space, I'm doing it. There's no, that's my childhood goal. If there's even a sniff around, I'll jump on it. A realistic thing, not just a stretch goal like yelling at somebody on Twitter to launch you into space. You know what I mean? I mean, W, I don't know. At least you have a flavor. Clocky, 38-month resub. You know, the tracksuit is a Tarkov meme. Nice. Realistic Sniff would be a heck of a band name. Yeah, but yeah, when I say don't forget about your goals, like, keep track of what's important in life. That's it. Earth to Earth would be good enough, Reagan. No, I'm not talking about Timmy. No, Swishio, Timmy's amazing. No, I'm not talking about him. Tim actually asks good questions and actually thinks about what he's saying. That's why I like him. Oh, okay, yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at. I don't need a freaking huge mansion. I mean, that would be cool. Just want a freaking house, and I just, you know what? As screwed up as it sounds, I just want to be normal. Like, I don't need to be some crazy outlandish person, you know, like, I don't need to do that. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time, and I don't have the, I just, in terms of my motivations in life, the motivations aren't there, you know, to be like that. It's just, I want to work hard, and I want to earn my keep, and I want to play the game, but, you know, I want to play it my way. That's the most vague stuff I've ever heard. It sounds like a Frank Sinatra song. And evermore, I'll do it my way. You know? Yeah, huge garage is what I'm talking about, man. Like, I'm not complicated. I'm not a complicated person, you know? Like, regrets, I've had a few. Did you apply for Dear Moon? No, I wouldn't get picked for that. But then again, you never know, right? One thing I would never call you is normal. Yeah. What about a gold-plated toilet? Why? Ah, so you're a simpleton. I call myself a caveman all the time, DJ. Chat says, no, you're not. I'm like, oh. It's EJ's goal to be in a musical. Boy. Some of the shuttle folks stuck around and came back. Some people can't shake doing space stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm doing that on purpose, Pythos, because I don't want to annoy my neighbors. In 10 years' time, I would love to be a fraction of how inspiring you are to get crap done, honestly. Thanks, Alleviate. Getting stuff done is one of my personal demons, dude. Serious. That's like, if I have a character flaw, that's what it is. You know? And I have to confront that crap every freaking day. I talk about it all the time on stream, dude. I never learned how to learn correctly. I'm serious. I dicked off in school. I never learned how to learn correctly. Yeah, those homework assignments are annoying, but they're the homework assignments above anything else. I think they're at face value, they're useless. And that's the easy part to convey to kids. What's the point? What's the point of this? Kids understand that very well. What they don't understand is that this is effectively teaching you how to do time management correctly as a young adult. I never did homework because I played video games all day. And wouldn't you know, I suck at time management. I suck at getting stuff done. There you go. You want a character flaw, there you go. But I'm aware of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm aware of it, and I plan around... I try to plan around it as best as I can, but... Just like this Space News segment. You gonna kappa when someone's talking about their demons, man? It's messed up. It's messed up, dude. I would expect nothing less from the internet. No, it's fine. Yeah, dude, I gotta... And in that regard, I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep going, because if I take my foot off the gas pedal, just go back to playing just video games all day and just won't do anything else. I mean, I get it, that's what I do now, but I mean, like, not streaming, you know what I mean? I'm good at coming up with ideas, bad at implementation, don't know who to talk to or where to get. Everybody's good at having good ideas, Pythos, that's the difference. There's people...
Have you... Not that I expect you, but you haven't touched my computer lately, have you?
Not once.
I'm getting a BSOT. And it keeps trying to auto repair and it's not doing anything.
Oh no.
And I have freelance to do. No code, nothing. So I'm like, I don't know if I'll have files.
Uh-oh. Okay, I have to ask the stupid question. You didn't back him up, huh?
No, because...
Ah, crap. Alright. So maybe Apollo, the Roomba, hit a wire and knocked it loose, and it's shorting. That happened to me one time. So check all the wires, unplug everything, unplug all the computer, put it back together, and see what happens. Like, not all the wires on the computer, all the wires on the back. Just make sure, just unplug them,
Okay.
power cycle the computer, plug it back in, see what it does.
Yeah, Chet, there's no code that just says that the computer doesn't work and tells me to try other things.
So if you have a cable that's not fully connected, it could short. And if it shorts, the motherboard is going to be like, I'm not getting the right voltage here. What's going? That's what happened with this computer.
Ah, alright. It's a BIOS? I mean, it might be a BIOS boot, but...
But anyway, yeah, going back into that whole thing, like, that's where I was 10 years ago. You know, like, I was just getting into, just really, really getting into space stuff. I started, like, in 2010, just reading about it, you know. I'm like, this is really sick. And I always found myself coming back to space things. All the time. It's the one thing I can just constantly freaking do and never gets old. But I've been planning a personal tech project for months. Finally ordered some components for it. Yeah, me too, Nero. But yeah, that's the whole reason why I brought up the whole goals thing. I mean, somebody did ask me where I'm going to be in 10 years, but
Preparing automatic repair.
well, so much for that. But yeah, have goals, but make them realistic, guys. Teaching your kid to wire up a car. There you go. All right, Bree, I gotta get back to work. Can you shut the door, please?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know, like... Alright.
I gotta finish space news. How's the 3D printing going? The 3D printing, we had a power surge and it fried everything, and yeah, it's just sitting there. It's fixed. I fixed it, but yeah, I haven't used it. Kind of shattered the illusion of fun that we were having, but yeah, I'll fix it one of these days, and that's one of those days. Like, oh, I'll fix it in a month. It's gonna be 5 months later. Could you please answer? I don't know. Bremo, get into chat.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Why you have no surge protectors? We do now. I have the same issues. I'm an AE in my junior year, but I never learned how to properly learn it. It's catching up with you. Yeah, Jared, it takes... Yeah, no, like... If and when we get to the point where I have kids, man, if I see them playing video games or on TikTok or whatever kids do or whatever at the time, yeah, I'll take your phone, I'll throw it out the damn window. I don't care. You're gonna learn to do schoolwork correctly, or you don't get to use this. Bye-bye. I'll smash it with a sledgehammer. I don't care. You know, like your PlayStation 8 or whatever's out, yeah, I'll throw that out the window. You know, that's too important. It's so damn important. You know, and it's not that my parents didn't do that with me. It's just, you know, video games were brand new. You know, nobody knew that they could be so damn addicting at the time. So, you know, now it's a lot more well understood, especially by me. Oh, you don't get to touch the PlayStation. I'll put the PlayStation in a friggin' safe before my kids get to friggin' touch that. No, iPads? No, you're not. No, that's not happening. Says the guy who plays video games for a living. Allie, let me ask you, was there anything wrong about what I just said? Does everybody get to be a Twitch streamer? Will Twitch even be a thing in 10 years? Yeah, exactly, Anime. Exactly, I'm with you on that one. You want to play video games? Go play. Here, take my SNES and play that. You're gonna play the exact same video games that I played when I grew up. You know, classically trained, man. Peter Gregory told me never go to college. No, do not go to college. Don't do that. The thing about that, Leahy, is that I understand. I get it. It's from Silicon Valley. I get it. I understand what he means by that, but also at the same time, if you want to like run a restaurant, you don't really need to go to college, right? You don't need to go to culinary school to do that. The STEM degrees, though, engineering, electrical, well, not even electrical, I guess you could do an apprenticeship if you really wanted to. But aerospace, stuff like that, yeah, you know what? You actually need to, you need to go to school for that. Because take it from someone that's self-taught. Dude, I'm self-taught. I have, at best, in terms of technical competency, the knowledge of like a first-year aerospace student, at best. I know operations, and I know real-world examples. But in terms of like actually going and doing the math out, a competency is like a 19-year-old or something. Yeah, Leahy, I understand what he's saying. You know, you don't necessarily, I understand what that means. Let me tell you this. Straight guy, I've seen many spheres doing similar stuff, trying to maybe want to do the same. EJ made it. Yeah, there you go, Measleys. That's right. I used to block MAC addresses on a schedule. It's not a bad idea, Cherokee. But yeah, I mean, sorry. The whole reason we're like having this kind of surreal reflection is because 1.12, the 1.12 update that comes out on the 24th, so in 2 weeks from now, is the last update for KSP. 10 years, man. Well, read the Anderson textbook and the Sutton textbook, and you have a first-year AE education, if not moving into second year. That's what I'm doing. I'm making my way through the AE, the aerodynamics book. Rocky guy, I don't get much time to read it because I've been pushing for that deadline, but that proved to be a real bad idea. I tried to force myself to engineer over the past couple of like Monday and Tuesday, and that didn't work very well. It ended up stressing me out too much. But maybe, hey, whatever. Like I said, you have to have that stressful stuff, man. You know, it is what it is. Bug fixes will still happen, but yeah, last major update for KSP anime. Well, they haven't, no cables, Kim, they haven't released all the features yet for this one, so we don't know what's coming yet. Yeah, 95, good news and bad news. Squad is going to work with Intercept on KSP2 now. They're co-developing the game, which is awesome. That's really cool. I'm really happy about that. Now, does that mean that KSP1 and KSP2 will be developed in parallel? Don't know. I don't know. I mean, signs are pointing more towards no than yes, but... It didn't work out just like the space news. Right. Time. What is this time you speak of? Huh. Bless you. Yeah. 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 Wow. What a ride, dude. Hopefully the next one's just as good. As an engineer, my advice for anyone looking to get an engineering, don't. Soapbox, you gotta love this stuff, huh? You really gotta love it. If you don't love it, you will fail miserably. Like, you will fail. Like, that's not... There's no, like, you know, half-assing an aerospace engineering degree. That's not how that works at all. Like, you gotta love this stuff. And if you don't, you're not gonna do good. Yeah, IQ, I'm with you on that one, yeah. The problem with being an engineer is you spend very little time engineering. I know what you mean. Did you do some building yesterday? Well, we did something yesterday, son. I would very, very much implore you to watch the KSP VOD from yesterday. Some pretty dope stuff happened. Just saying. Alright. We want to get back into space news. Let's do it. But yeah, Kerbal. That's crazy. 10 years, man. You did the thing? You guys gotta go watch the VOD from yesterday. Let's just say, I was so worried about not getting my math right. Let's just say I got the math right on multiple levels. I just don't know how to fly an SSTO correctly. I got one back. Yeah, I got one back, dude. Go see how. It's pretty nuts. Dimitri, hey, 9-month resub. But yeah, goals and stuff, dude. 2 tons to orbit and back. I'm pretty damn proud of that, Rocket Guy. It's not easy to make these things in KSP. Like, mass is your enemy, dude. Standing in this corner, the Dissipator. 2.25 down, 2.25 up, Rocket Guy. I never got into the payload fuel at all. Yeah, pretty much, O-Force. Alright. The yawns are signifying we should get back into space news. If I'm putting you to sleep here, here's something that'll wake you up. Bomb, I literally just segued into space news from talking about that, actually. Yeah. Nice. Great timing, man. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Stealth rocket, good. News! 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 I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're doing it. I'm gonna make it happen.
News! News!
News!
News! News! News! News!
All right, Rocky Guy. Here. Oh.
News! 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 News!
All right. Anyway, will Starliner ever not be a meme? July 30th, we'll find out. So, fellas, I'm pretty sure they have the rigging attached to this to be able to bring it up vertical. Yeah, it's a beast mode of a rocket. So what they're doing in these pictures here is they're clearing out the high bay, and they're folding back all the plates here to be able to bring this thing down. The crane is attached to the core. Yep. Banana. Where's the beef? Oh, there it is. Nice. So that's pretty awesome. I would really like to see another one right behind it, and then maybe another one on the launcher all at the same time. But yeah, so they're taking their time with core stacking operations because this is the first time they're doing this with a real live core. So the rigging is there. It's all attached to it. They just gotta basically pick the thing up and stack it. That's all. There's still some refurbishment that needs to be done on the booster, but yeah, the rest
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Viscous, the rest of the refurb they can do when it's stacked. Yeah, I like that. I mean, that flag's bigger than my apartment block, Karate, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. Viscous, 16-month resub. Are there ever plans to have multiple SLS in the high bays? There could be. Ooh, excuse me. There could be down the road. Yep. Shuttle wall. Yep. Oh man, dude. Can you imagine working in there? Dude, who's the frickin' fullback over there? Jesus. Look at that guy. That guy's freaking got cannons, dude. I didn't know guns were allowed inside of the VAB. Jesus. Seriously, look at this damn picture. Yeah, that guy's freaking like Gronk-sized over there. Jeez. Chad, the Chad rocket scientist. Oh my god. Nah, Jeff, I would have about 20 minutes of looking around and being like, wow, this is hallowed ground right here, and then I'd just get back to work. Because there's the thing I'd want to see the most is the thing we're working on, you know? Me Gronk, me score touchdown, me help. Werner von Chad, the Chad J Thunder Rocket. Oh, man. Freaking Chad over there. It's like, what the hell, man? Could you lift the whole rocket by yourself? Jeez. Yeah, rumor has it he has to sign a document to not use those guns inside of the VAB. Holy crap, man. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. So they should be doing stacking operations. I keep saying, oh, they're doing it today, but they keep they're taking their time. It's very sure. So I'm very sure of that. So it happens whenever it happens. All right. You see that? Back in 1982, I could throw a football over those mountains. Did you go over the KSP news? Yep. Alright. The weights in the gym were too small. Moved to rockets. So this is coming from Christian Davenport at the Washington Post. In a note to potential customers, Virgin Galactic indicates it is sticking to the original test flight schedule. First a flight with 2 pilots and a cabin of 4 mission specialists, and then Richard Branson's flight. Oh. Billionaires launching themselves into space. Billionaires launching themselves into space. Cool. Alright, next news. So this is coming from Joey Roulette over at The Verge. The National Reconnaissance Office, one of the big 5 U.S. intelligence agencies, is hosting the first media day in its 6-decade partially classified history today. It is launching a secret payload next Tuesday on a Minotaur 1 from Wallops. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's just an ICBM with a fairing on top instead. Still cool, though. It's also banana. Minotaur, are you the Banana King? Welcome to the launch complex. Take a look around. We got all kinds of rockets that will turn your frown upside down. What? Anyway, so that's pretty cool. Every answer. That's classified. So where's this rocket going? To space. Where in space? In orbit. Right. You know the Banana River ain't near Wallops. Alright, so the next news is coming from the ESA here. Let's see what we got. Breaking news. Envision will be the ESA's next Venus orbiter, providing a comprehensive view of the planet from its inner core to upper atmosphere to determine how and why Venus and Earth evolved so differentially. Alright. It'd mean you'd be rude not to, Thomas. That's it. That looks like Jupiter. But I thought Russia owned Venus. They do. Speaking of Russian news, all right. Kosmodrom Vostochny, something about a rocket. Raket. So this is a train. This is a train carrying the carrier rocket Soyuz 21B. Arrived at the Vostochny Cosmodrome, basically. I mean, let's see. Cosmodrome Vostochny plus 2 more rockets. A special train delivered 2 blocks of Soyuz 21B launch vehicles and 2 fairings to the ice station. To the train station. They will be used in upcoming commercial launches for the company OneWeb. You look like Jupiter. Got him. Back to look. Get back to work. Get back to work. Man. We watched this video yesterday. But here, let's see. Nah, they got bailed out by governments investing in them. Yeah, see, we went over this yesterday. Hey, Kem, what does that mean? Made in China? No. Do not hump. It means Sirotkin nie don't push over the hill. No, it says do not hump. Alright? Do not hump. Alright? Cam, I was showing people yesterday. Alright? It's very important to not hump the train that has rocket parts in it, okay? Don't do that. Don't hump it, alright? That's what that says. Do not hump. Do not launch off the hill. Yeah. That's what, so guys, that's what that means, but that's the slang English term. It's the same thing. You mean you're not going to cover the MPTA article? Caps. Nah, I'm good. Do not hop. No humping. No humping. Do not hump. Oh, hey, lady. All right, cool. So we talked about this yesterday, but there's a type of train yard that has a hill at one side, and the whole freight yard basically goes down a hill. And this is how trains sort cars. So, like, if you have a freight train coming in and you need all the cars on that freight train split over a bunch of other freight trains, right? You drive the train backwards over the hill, right? Or the hump yard. You drive it over the hump, right? And you decouple each car, and then you set the switches, and you could stage like 5 trains at once. Hump yards are something that railroads have been using for ever, like as long as I can remember. It turns out that rocket parts are either explosive, very explosive, or are very, very delicate if it's a liquid fuel booster, and you don't want to push it over the hill. Kind of funny that someone tried it in the past. Kem, I don't know maybe I'm reading too much into this, but the fact that your railroad cars that carry rockets and our railroad cars that carry rockets both have that written on it tells me that somebody did this at some point in both countries at the same time, and it didn't end good at all. And it was so bad that they literally had to write it on all the cars. Like, that's what that tells me. That tells me that Murphy's Law, the cars probably were okay, and that Murphy's Law probably took its course, and that's why the writing is on your cars and on our cars at the same time. Do not install IMU upside down. For the love of God. I still can't. How does that happen? Like, yeah, it's Murphy's Law, dude. Human's gonna human, man. It doesn't matter if it's here or there. That's very funny to me. That's very funny to me. It doesn't matter if it's in Russia. It doesn't matter if it's here. You'll find someone that's an idiot, and somebody will do that. Now it's fine. You don't know what you're doing. It's fine. We'll just help. Oh, maybe it's not fine. Maybe it's not fine at all. You know. All the railroad rules are written in blood. It's so true, dude. Rotor, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. Dude, that's so funny to me. It says don't move it over the hill. It doesn't matter if it's Soyuz parts or SRB parts, dude. Oh, man. That freaking broad gauge, though. The Russians use very, very wide boy railroad tracks. Apollo Soyuz test humping went wrong. Oh, God. Murphy was an Air Force engineer and went to your school? Nice. Nice. How did they not see on the telemetry on the pad that the rocket was supposedly upside down? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, look at that. It's wide gauge. Over 5 feet wide. Very wide boy. Wide boy rails. I think that's called, Rotor, what is it called? Broad gauge. They got broad gauge over there. They're really wide train cars. 1520. Damn, dude. Hang on. What's ours? Stevenson. We use Stevenson gauge over here. Hold on. Stevenson gauge. Yeah, here we go. 1520 is ours. Or no, 1435. 4.8.5. 1435, I think, is what Europeans use too. The Russians don't. The Russians use broad gauge, so it's up here somewhere. I forget which one of these it is.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
A little more than standard gauge. Actually, railroad standardization or gauge standardization in the U.S. was a big deal. That was part of Reconstruction after the Civil War. And, well, also during the Civil War, they standardized the gauge. Yeah, across the entire U.S. That was a big deal. It's a very interesting point in railroading history if you want to read about that. What gauge do you want? Why not wider? I mean, wider gauges, you got to make a bigger railroad bed. Train tracks don't need to be wide gauge, guys, because trains are usually super freaking heavy. So, you don't need to worry about... I mean, you do, obviously. You don't need to worry about the train coming off the tracks too much. 1435. Most of Europe... 1435 is most of Europe. That's what we use over here in Medco. We have 1435. Stevenson gauge. So that's British. 4 feet 8.5. Spain has 1668, known as the Iberian gauge. And which one is Russia? Russia is 1600, I think. I forget which one Russia is. It's somewhere up here. I know it's one of those. There's a map. You're a map. Okay. 1520 is the standard for Russia. Okay. Hello?
Hi.
Still doesn't work, huh?
No, I need a new Windows. I'm terrified to do anything because I don't want to lose these files because they're the only copy. Because Adobe doesn't automatically save files to their cloud because they're crap.
Hey,
Do you?
take some deep breaths. So it's a BIOS problem, which means motherboard, not hard drive. So you're good.
No, it's a drive problem.
Well, are you sure?
That's what Kamir said. It's a boot drive problem, which is fine because
Well, even then, as long as the partition isn't too corrupted, you should be able to boot it as a parented drive, and it should be fine.
I know, but I need a Windows install to do that, and so I was coming in here and asking if you knew where the Windows install was that we used on your computer.
I don't know where it is, baby. I'm sorry. You give me a hug when I need. I'll give you a hug. It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Thanks, chat. Use Dropbox. Thank you. No, I would use.
You're starting to act like me. You're starting to act like me. Don't do that. Trust me. Flask is cool. Flask. The computer ain't booting, dude. Don't act. Don't be like me. Oh God, I'm rubbing off. That's not good. Oh crap.
The good news
Straight out of the
is.
Egypt. Yeah, I'm teaching her that northeastern snark.
No, chat, the good news is I had a boot drive that was an SSD and a hard drive that had all my files on it. If it's the boot drive that's the problem, I'll have all the other files.
Okay.
But I need a way to start that boot drive, and so I think I need a Windows install is what it sounded like.
Yeah, you could make a partition on the storage drive and go from there.
Well, no, I just need to... Well, I don't have a Windows install. That's what I'm looking for, is a Windows install.
You could find an evaluation copy.
I'm asking for the USB we used.
Evaluation copies. If I had it, it would be over here. I don't see it, baby. Check, so we put a bunch of flash drives and stuff when we clean the 3D printer out. Check in the little cubbies and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah?
alright.
Windows Download is free, and they have a free program to 4-beta USB drive with it. Yeah, you could just... Okay, you're gone.
No, I'm here, I'm just...
Alright. Do you need ice cream?
I don't know. Well, maybe this one does. I don't know what's on this.
Wider is better.
Windows installed. All right, let's see if this goes.
Okay. Track gauge. So you guys do use 1520. All right, cool. Redefine 5 foot. 1520, huh? Okay. It's not that much bigger than ours. I'm trying, Oki. Trying. It's the best you can do. So yeah, actually, that's not as broad as ours. Ours is 1435. It's 1520. That's not. Yeah, it's not that much more. It's 5 foot gauge though. Nice. 5 feet. Not 1520 millimeters. No. 5 foot. Okay. Okay, W. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for helping Bree out, because I can't right now because I'm working. Anyway, next bit of Russian news. Let's see what we got. Whoop. Okay. Roscosmos Dmitry Rogozin. Oh, he's talking about the ISS. Uh-oh.
Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья! В эфире студии информационного агентства ТАСС полей Петербургского международного экономического форума. И сегодня у нас в гостях генеральный директор госкорпорации «Роскосмос» Дмитрий Олегович Рогозин. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Дмитрий Олегович, в конце мая исполнилось 3 года с момента назначения вас на должность генерального директора госкорпорации «Роскосмос». Расскажите, пожалуйста, что удалось достичь за это время, с какими сложностями вы столкнулись, а что, наоборот, давалось легко?
Ну, это очень сложная работа, потому что сама отрасль очень сложная. И последние, наверное, лет 10 она переживала проблемы, связанные с надежностью.
All right, we'll do the interview. Okay. I understood что. All right. I would if I understood Russian. Full 20 minutes of riot. It's very okay. So Dmitry, at the end of May 2021, 3 years have passed since your appointment as general director of Roscosmos. Tell us what you managed to achieve during this time and what difficulties did you face? Oh God. Slow down. Who is Dmitry? Dmitry Rogozin is the guy that runs Roscosmos. He's basically his analog over here would be Bill Nelson or Jim previously. That's the kind of, you know. NASA's doing a new competition, all right? Cool. It's a very difficult job because the industry itself is very difficult. Probably for 10 years, we were experiencing problems related to the reliability of space technology. Very often, it was impossible to understand the reason for the failures of our hardware because, unlike a truck, car analogies, yes. Unlike a truck or a river or sea ship, there is no material part in space that is. It's impossible to investigate it in order to understand the causes of the crash. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, we can dream. To ensure the reliability and quality of equipment, it was necessary to create a mathematical modeling of the situation to ensure the transition to the digital economy of the industry so that new equipment was created exclusively in digital format and it was possible to simulate the station in which equipment is in outer space. Okay. The second is the establishment of elementary orders, zero tolerance for corruption, embezzlement, rudeness, which sometimes flourished in some enterprises. These 2 points, putting things in order and digitization of the industry, gave the result that I am trying to preserve to keep. Hold on. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to change around the words a little bit because Google Translate doesn't do it exactly right. The second is the establishment of elementary order zero tolerance for corruption, embezzlement, rudeness, which sometimes flourished in the industry. 2 points, putting things in order and digitization of the industry gave the impression that I'm trying. Gave the impression that I'm trying to do this part up here. Okay. All right. We managed to get that long-term construction off the ground. The most striking example of this is Nauka, the science module. We've just completed its ground test and signed the necessary decisions and are leaving for launch in mid-July. Are there any comments on Nauka? Naturally, there's always things to say. It's just that the comments are related to critical improvements and that there are some on documentation. We have remarks related to the fact that the module is the last point in our use of Soviet technologies in orbital manned astronautics. Okay. Kem, you weren't wrong. Kem, is this where you got that from? Yeah, we were talking about Nauka yesterday, and everybody's like, it looks like it's from the 90s, and that's because it is. Yeah, okay. All right. After launch, we will carry out its full adaptation to the ISS. We will close this long-term construction. Plus, we had very difficult problems with enterprises. With many of the state-run companies, they were in debt. The total debt of the Khrunichev Center was 127 billion rubles. That's a lot of money. Okay. When I came to Roscosmos, the main problem was the plant would not stop. We allocated money from Roscosmos funds to pay... Oh, the main problem was that the plant... Yeah, they couldn't pay them. We allocated money from Roscosmos funds to pay wages to the workers. I was tackling this issue every day in the summer of 2018. Now we've gotten the debt down to 28 billion of debt obligations left, and this is also a good result. Yeah. Wow. Okay. And he got it down to, what did he say that he got that down to? 28 billion. So he knocked, okay, he's returning that place to profitability in 3 years, and he's knocked $1.5 billion off of the, yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I mean, nobody ever said that it wasn't a hard worker. Jeez, man. Like I said, dude, like, you can say whatever you want. And you know, some people might not like him. The guy busts his tail, dude. Like, that's... okay. Good example of him being in charge for those who don't like him. Hey, Ken, that's the thing, dude. You know, you could say, you sit here and say you don't like him, but, you know... I mean, a guy busts his ass. He busts his ass, man. Like, what do you want? I mean, Jim did the same thing. And I hope Bill does the same thing, too. Wow, that's pretty damn impressive. Okay, well, new equipment and a new ship Oriol, which is already undergoing static tests. A new Soyuz 5 rocket, which is created... A new Soyuz 5 rocket, which is created in iron. You could clean sheet design, I'm pretty sure. You can feel it. A new stage of the Vostochny Cosmodrome, which is being built differently than before. There's no problems associated with Spetstroy because the contractor has changed. Control has been tightened. Yeah, Vostochny had insanely bad corruption problems when they, it had very bad corruption problems when they first started making it. Like, the foreman would show up to work in a Mercedes, and the workers weren't getting paid. And then Dmitry got in charge of Roscosmos, and, let's just say they switched contractors and go from there. Now you see why a hammer costs $500, yeah, right? Yeah, let's just say that, yeah, Spetstroy, that company isn't the prime contractor anymore. I mean, I appreciate the guy trying to fix the damn thing. If we talk about new equipment, when will the next test launch of Angara take place? Okay. Angara is being created under 2 contracts. On the one hand, this is the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation. They are our target customers. So, the MOD contract, guys, is like NSSL or ELV. It's their version of that. The assured access to space one. Always have a rocket that can put our satellites where we need them to go. And if you don't, there's going to be hell to pay. Yep, that happens here and that happens there. We talked about that literally yesterday with Vulcan. Thanks, Dr. Death. They're the target customers, although this is not a combat rocket, but a space rocket. Yep, okay. It's a carrier vehicle, not a missile. Yeah, under this contract, we went out for testing and on December 14th last year, conducted a successful test in Plesetsk. That's, Plesetsk, Cosmodroma Plesetsk is their military launch site. So Vandenberg would be the U.S. equivalent. This year we will try to deliver most likely 4 missiles, 2 heavy and 2 light. This does not mean that they will all fly this year, but 2 will fly, 1 light and 1 heavy. Okay. When he says missiles, see, this is another thing, and this is how I can tell. It's very easy to tell that, like, when Dmitry Rogozin says something, if it sounds ridiculous, and you see like a news article saying, oh, Dmitry Rogozin said they're going to blow up the space station. No, sometimes if you Google translate the stuff from English to Russian, raketa nositel, sometimes translates to missile, and sometimes it translates to rocket. So you could see, like, if somebody that didn't know the context of this sentence right here read that and then reported it, well, long story short, that's why there's a meme that goes around that says that Russia owns Venus, because something like that happened. See, here, guys, I have people that speak Russian that are helping me out with this. See, he says, this year we'll try to deliver most likely 4 missiles. He's talking about versions of the rocket. So they're gonna deliver. Angara has different configurations. There's a heavy version and then there's a light version. The light version is a single core variant. So Angara can launch in 1 core, 3 core, or 5. That's 6. 5 core variants. It's actually a pretty cool piece of kit, if you ask me. He's saying that they'll use. See, there you go. There's all different types of versions of this rocket, which is actually pretty cool. That's it. That's the A5, Angara A2, A3, A5, and A5B. It's the A5 something. I forget what that character is right there. So you have light, medium, heavy. This isn't super heavy, but this is the manned version. That's the crew version. There's also a version of Angara that has a Hydrolox upper stage. The Angara rocket has what's called a Perseus upper stage, which is the Russians kind of first dive into making Hydrolox upper stages. They're trying to go for something like a DCSS analog, but I don't know if it'll perform like one, but hey, Perseus is a pretty cool name. I'll give it that. That's Greek. Nice. Please stop endorsing Rogozin. That man is cancer. Zegogs, here's the thing, dude. I get it. You don't like Dmitry Rogozin. I understand. Yeah. Well, actually, here's the truth. I don't. I'm not Russian, man. I have no idea. What he's done in the past, I have no freaking clue, dude. I'm sure you have a very good reason to not like him. What I try to do here is, don't get confused. I'm not endorsing anybody. I don't speak for other people. I speak for EJ, and that's it. I'm trying to understand what the hell's going on. That's why I dive into this. I listen. I listen to what people have to say, even if I don't like them. At least I try to, you know? It is P like personnel or people. Oh, okay, got it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the heck Dmitry has done for people to not like him. And you know what, dude? I don't want to know. It's probably terrible. I just try to read the news, dude. That's all. It's not an endorsement. Dude, I don't know, man. I think he's stupid for trying to pull out of the ISS, if you really want my honest opinion, but I understand the reason. I get it. I just try to listen. I try to listen, and I try to, based off of, listening, I'll make my own opinions, dude. So yeah, don't get me wrong. It ain't no endorsement. I'm just listening. All right. Let's see. Okay, the main project of international cooperation is the ISS. This year, the Russian Federation announced its intention to create a national orbital station. Are you looking for partners now, or will it remain national? I don't know, Swishio. We'll find out. There are many factors that influence the final decision. The first factor is that we on the ISS explored everything we wanted to explore at this inclination of 51 degrees. But when the Americans have real problems of aging space infrastructure, because it's already 20 years old, metal fatigue, Because of metal fatigue and it being 20 years old, it's necessary to change the electronics. What? When you operate a unit that has been operating outside of its assigned life for a long time, more money will be required to maintain it. Yeah. As it gets older. Yep. We also must bear in mind the fact that there are people, God forbid there will be an emergency situation that will endanger the lives of the people up there. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. The second factor is that we've already started to create the scientific and energy module. That's the core module for their new station. It was supposed to fly to the ISS, but if the years of the ISS are by and large numbered, well, until 2030 at the most, I don't think that we will operate longer. Then why send a new module there, which has a lifespan of 15 to 20 years, and it'll only serve 5? This is wrong from the point of view of trade. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Dutch guy. I know, man. It's kind of... Ugh. The third factor is that we now want to create an orbital station where the main experiments would take place not inside the volume, but on the outer... Oh, yeah, they want to make an external experiment platform like what's on the ISS. The Japanese experiment module has an external platform for doing experiments that need to be exposed to vacuum. Our specialists propose a very interesting orbit of 97 to 98 degrees inclined, almost sun-synchronous. It turns out that every 2 days, it passes the entire Earth and the Arctic region every hour and a half, which is also important for solving the problems of supporting the North Sea route. That is, there's a much greater pragmatism of this situation. We would like to create such a station. So the North Sea route is... It's a trade route that Russia uses, but it's a very treacherous trade route. It hasn't been used much since the Soviet Union. The North Sea route is basically anything that's coming from the Kola Peninsula up here. That travels around here through the North Sea and then goes through the Bering Strait into the Pacific. The North Sea route was a pretty vital trade route during the Soviet Union because it's hard to build infrastructure across this much land. So, going by a ship is pretty useful. But the problem with the North Sea route is that it's also very treacherous. So... even though Russia has ports down here, right, that can go through the Black Sea, right, and then go out like the Suez Canal, having a route that they could get to the Pacific because there's a lot of trading going on, particularly in this area right here, that's pretty vital. Tesla's doing a presentation at 10 for the Model S Plaid, Bandit. Yep. But now there's less ice up there. Yeah, that's not exactly the reason, Supercraft, but yeah, I see the Kappa. Yeah, that route was active during the Soviet Union. They used that to move to export into the Pacific, to like China and whomever. Now I think it's kind of the reverse of that situation, but yeah, that's why they want to open up that trade route up there. Event is now set for 11:15 via a Tesla tweet. Russia's causing climate change confirmed. BYU, it's almost like people don't like the guy. Interesting point. I don't think so. PY. I think that, yeah. We're, over here, we're much we get up people's tails about stuff like that a lot quicker than you can over there. But yeah, I'm reading what you guys are saying. I have to translate though. Jeez, dude. Damn. I'm reading what PY and Kem are saying. You guys, holy balls, dude. I thought I was skeptical of government. Jeez. No, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Shoot. T-minus how many minutes till launch? Mock, we're in a little bit of a dry spell until Tuesday. We got a Virgin Galactic on Monday, Minotaur 4 on Tuesday, and Falcon on Thursday. But I'm going to be on vacation, man. I'll cover the Falcon 9 launch and maybe the other launches, but I'm going to be on vacation next week. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Yeah. You know, like, Cam, I'm kind of with you on what you guys are saying, to be honest with you. Like, look, does SLS need another main propulsion test article? I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe. But you know what? Stuff's happening, and that's... all right, let's get some stuff done, dude, you know? Okay, EJ, you get lucky. You get off lucky this time. EJ-sama! Midge-chan! Ohayo gozaimasu, minasai. Ah. All right. Who authorized the vacation? Brimo did, Buckman. So this is out of my control. Anyway. So the article goes on and it says that Oh, carry on then. I got no say in the matter, man. What are you doing for vacation? Brimo's family's coming, and she hasn't seen her family in a very long time.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Oh, Midge, you're here for 5 seconds and you do that? You just think you just come in here and start dropping subs again? Jeez. No. Arigatou gozaimasu, Midge-chan. If they use the article to test the engines, yeah, no, it's for testing in parallel, Hellfish, so they can get cores made faster. That's what's going on. That's the reason. Yeah. Either way, like, you know, I don't want to sit here and say that the SLS is like a model for monetary control. You know what I mean? It's not. But hey, spaceflight's expensive. What do you want? Hey, Envy, what's going on? I see the reasons why people hate him, and I'm with them on that in some way, but I'm not sure. But I'm not where you could see changes, especially if this is that. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, hey, at least something. Hey, he's trying to do good in some way, shape, or form, and even if it's to its own personal benefit, it's still like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, I guess. Like, I see it, and once again, Kem, I don't think it's right for me as an American to try and understand the situation in the context of being an American, because Russians aren't Americans, right? Like, that's not how that works. I gotta put my America cap over here whenever I analyze the Russian space program, because that doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that, you know? How many SLS core stages are in assembly right now? 3. I tried to do that with the Chinese program too, for what it's worth. I mean, dropping stages on people is the hard thing to kind of be like, yeah, that's fine, you know, but I think space competition is good and everybody should be in on it. I'm with you on that one, Apocalypse. Yeah, no, for sure. All right, let's finish this up. What is this question? Okay, so now this is still talking about the ISS. Did you see that they used parachutes on the last Long March 3 to avoid the boosters landing on villages? Yeah, Ark. Yeah, no, they're getting it. They're getting, like, it's just gonna take some time. I get it. I get it. Like, still though. Let's get some coastal launch sites up in there, shall we? Are you guys still salty about what he said? What isn't that ages ago? What, Measleys? Yeah, Dutch guy, I'm not a fan of that either. You know, look, if they, and look, this isn't like, once again, whenever I'm analyzing another country's space program, once again, I have to take my America cap, because you guys know me. I love my country, all right? Screw me, right? I love the place where I was born. I'm a piece of crap for that, right? Like, I get it. I have to take that off. I have to take that cap and put it over here, because that's how you maintain objectivity. I'll call it fair, because that's, in a world where everybody doesn't like to call it fair, I'm going to go against the grain and do it right. You know me. That's how I work. Yeah, Dutch guy, with that being said, I have a problem with them dropping stages on people. I have a big problem with that from a human ethics point of view. That's really uncool. But if they stop doing that, maybe I'll be more inclined to cover their stuff. I had a good time when we covered the Long March launch. I like that professor. Professor Wong Wing Wong, I think is his name. He was hyped, dude. It was strange. It was strange seeing the guy get hyped about about the space station launch. He was on Chinese national something Wong. No. No, that guy's Korean, Ark, okay? He's a Korean pilot, all right? Jeez, don't be racist. God. Yeah. Yeah, Karate, that's what I said. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you there on that one. But I'm trying to look at the space program and at least call it remotely fair. It's hard to with them, though, which is why I don't cover their stuff that much. The Russians, look, nobody can deny the Russians know what they're doing in space. They know, dude, their space program is forged in blood, just like ours is. So, like, in the context, I don't know internal affairs. Like, I have no idea what's going on over there. I have no clue, and I choose to stay out of that stuff. With the space program, though, it's important to just be non-biased when you're thinking about it because it gives you better analyzation, you know? Their Midwestern accent. Paul, that was strange. That was weird. I was not okay with that, man. Dude, that was so bizarre. It was so bizarre hearing the Chinese, the English news station, the English-Chinese news station, those guys had accents from the Midwest, and it was weird. That really screwed with my head a little bit. Dimitri goes and said that comment about the trampoline. Yeah. I don't know, man. Nero, it's a... It's a stupid joke. It's not overtly like, oh, you know, like, trust me. Go type what Ark said into YouTube. You'll get it. Anyway. You know what, Kem? And everybody else, if people are getting a little bent out of shape, we'll just go to the next bit of news here. Okay, looks like we had a OneWeb satellite delivery here. Let's go.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Morton, 7-month resub. Ah, OneWeb satellites. It's funny. You know why it's funny? Because this is near Vostochny in Russia. Thermo King. This trailer is from Florida. I always say this every time, but I still think it's funny to notice it. These OneWeb satellite containers And the OneWeb satellites are manufactured in Florida. They're manufactured at Kennedy Space Center. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Isn't that strange? Yeah, so they ship the satellites halfway around the world to launch on a Soyuz rocket when their satellites are manufactured literally next to launch pads. So this trailer is from Florida. Like, that's why the whole trailer is in English. Everything is in English on the dang thing. I also got to sneeze. American satellites owned by Europeans launched on Russian rockets. Wait, what? Cheaper than shipping a Soyuz to Florida. Yeah, right? Sorry, the blow-off valve is working. Yeah, so there's Vostochny's transfer. That's part of the transfer aisle there. But yeah, you can... And shipped with a Ukrainian plane. Strange times, man. All right, we got a couple more bits here. This press release is coming from NASA proper here. Let's see what we got. NASA selects new science investigations for further moon discoveries. As NASA continues plans for multiple commercial deliveries to the moon's surface per year, the agency has selected 3 new scientific investigation payload suites to advance understanding of Earth's nearest neighbor. 2 of the payload suites will land on the far side of the moon, a first for NASA. All 3 investigations will receive rides to the lunar surface as part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services, or CLPS, initiative, part of the agency's Artemis program, or Artemis approach, it should say. Okay, let's get to here. The payloads mark the agency's first selections from its payloads and research investigations on the surface of the moon. PRISM, I see what you did there. Calls for proposals. These selections add to our robust pipeline of science payloads and investigations to be delivered to the moon through the Commercial Lunar Payload Services. Deputy Associate Administrator for Exploration and NASA Science Mission Directorate, Joel Kearns. Okay. With each new PRISM selection, we build on our capabilities to enable bigger and better science and prove technology, which will help pave the way for returning astronauts to the moon through Artemis. OneWeb is allowed to launch on Russian rockets with their first-gen satellites. Second-gen satellites can't be launched on Russian rockets. All right. All right. Lunar Vertex, one of 3 selections, is a joint lander and rover payload suite slated for delivery to Reiner Gamma, one of the most distinctive and enigmatic natural features on the moon, known as a lunar swirl. Excuse me. 1 Gamma. What the frick? Right. Space lemons? Ah. Jeez. Okay. One of the most distinctive and enigmatic natural features on the moon, known as a lunar swirl. Scientists don't fully understand what lunar swirls are or how they form, but they know they are closely related to anomaly. We've had an anomaly associated with the moon's magnetic field. The Lunar Vertex rover will make detailed surface measurements on the moon's magnetic field using an onboard magnetometer. Cool. I'm gonna invade your planet with lemons. Lunar surface magnetic field data on the rover rover collects will enhance data the spacecraft collects in orbit around the moon and help scientists better understand how these mysterious lunar swirls form and evolve, as well as provide further insight into the moon's interior and core. Dr. David Blewett of Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory leads the payload Suite A. Nice. Rorschach test. You shut up. NASA also has selected 2 separate payload suites for delivery in tandem to Schrodinger's Basin. Is it there? Which is a large impact crater on the far side of the moon near the lunar south pole. The Far Side Seismic Suite, FSS, one of the 2 payloads to be delivered to Schrodinger Basin will carry... I lost my place. Will carry 2 seismometers, the vertical very broadband seismometer and the short period sensor. NASA measured seismic activity on the near side of the moon as part of the Apollo program, but the FSS will return to the agency's first seismic data from the far side of the moon, a potential future destination for Artemis astronauts. This new data could help scientists better understand tectonic activity on the far side of the moon, reveal how often the lunar far side is impacted by small meteorites, and provide new constraints on the internal structure of the moon. Yeah, the Far Side Seismic Suite, as opposed to the Interior Seismic Suite. Or is that the Far Side one already? Very broadband, many science. Wow. And then the third one is the Lunar Interior Temperature and Materials Suite. LITMS. The other payload heading to Schrodinger Basin. It's a suite of 2 instruments, the lunar instrumentation for thermal exploration with rapid pneumatic drill and just say it's a rover with the damn drill on the side. Oh, the lunar instrumentation for thermal exploration with rapidity pneumatic drill and the lunar magnetotelluric sounder. This payload suite will investigate the heat flow and electrical conductivity of the lunar interior and Schrodinger Basin, giving an in-depth look at the moon's internal mechanical and heat flow. The data from this also complement seismic data acquired by the FSS to provide a more complete picture of the near and deep subsurface of the far side of the moon. Cool. The last experiment is for a number of years now. Work has been proceeding on the crudely conceived idea of not only supplying inverse reactive current in the use of unilateral phase detractors, but also capable of synchronizing cardinal gram meters. Such an instrument is the turbo encabulator. Now, instead of any new principle involved to the relative motion of conductors and fluxes, this experiment will be produced by the modal interaction of magnetoreluctance and capacitive duractance. Did I get you? Measles, what's that? Magnetotellurics is an electromagnetic geophysical method for inferring the Earth's subsurface electrical conductivity from measurement of natural geomagnetic and geoelectric field variation at the Earth's surface, and can also be employed with a drawn reciprocation dingle arm to reduce sinusoidal repleneration. It's not cheap, but I'm sure the government will buy it. That was hard, dude. That one's hard to read. So, magnetotellurics. Let me read it again. Let me just immediately. So I'm gonna make sure I understand what the hell this thing does. It's part of what I do here. Repeat stuff. All right. Magnetotellurics magnetotellurics is an electromagnetic geophysical method for inferring the Earth's subsurface electrical conductivity from measurements of natural geomagnetic and geoelectric field variation at the Earth's surface. The magnetotellurics electromagnetic geophysical method is placed in panendermic semi-boloid slots of the stator. No. Okay. Yeah, cool. They're trying to see how much electricity is going through the ground. That could be useful on the moon because if there's some conductivity going through the ground, if there's electrical going through the ground, that'll help you understand, surface composition, obviously, but what's going on with the moon's core. Do you think SpaceX will get the moon landing Starship contract back? They never lost it. You should submit an article to NASA on 4/1/22 with just the text of the turbo encabulator. It's a good idea, Twitching. That's a really good idea, actually. We'll make it look... No, I'm not going to elaborate any further. I think they're trying to map all the moon's electromagnetic field or get a better idea of it. Yeah, Measleys, that sounds like what they're trying to do. It's basically a radar pointing in the wrong direction. It's pointing at the ground. I get it. Not exactly a radar, but something similar. They did. A company that was in the draw for it complained to NASA about it, and NASA rejected the contract to reconsider it. That's not how that works at all. Okay, so Nova, it's a little more complicated than that, all right? So hear me out. Trust me, I'm pretty well versed in space policy, all right? That's part of what I teach on here. So, there were 3 entrants into the Human Landing System program, right? SpaceX, Dynetics, and the national team. Dynetics, not Dianetics. That's something different. Just in case you were wondering. That's something completely different. So NASA for the HLS, and keep in mind, all right, this is important to understand, Nova. The main HLS contract, the main HLS one. There's 2 of them. There's 2 HLS contracts. Nobody talks about the second one, but it's fine. This one was for a unmanned demonstration and then a manned or crewed, whatever, demonstration. So it was land 1 on the moon with nobody on it, and then land 1 for Artemis 3, right?
Hi. Is this full right now? Could I steal it?
Yeah, go ahead. Right. So, NASA, in their broad agency announcement, said that they could pick. They said they were going to pick 2. But the reality of that situation is that there's text in the broad agency announcement that says that they can pick 1 or they can pick none. I'm serious. You got to go read the BAA. The broad agency announcement is basically when NASA makes an announcement that says, hey, we're looking for people that want to make lunar landers. Here's what you need. Here's the criteria for submission for consideration for this contract. NASA left a clause in there that they could pick 1. They did that on purpose. So they awarded it to SpaceX. Blue Origin, or the national team, and Dynetics did protest the awarding, saying it was not, no, they weren't equally considered, whatever the hell that means. NASA straight up said, like, yeah, we like your proposal, but we straight up don't have the cash. So first of all, Nova, it's important to understand this literally happens every time a contract from a government is awarded like this. Doesn't matter if it's NASA. It doesn't matter if it's for missiles. It doesn't matter if it's for tanks. It doesn't matter if it's for bombers. This happens all the time. All right? This is the norm. Now, with that being said, okay, they are protesting it, and what they're in is in a blackout period right now. So, the Government Accountability Office is going in and making sure that NASA basically crossed all their T's and dotted all the I's, which I'm pretty sure they did. SpaceX didn't lose the contract. It's just kind of in limbo right now. All right, they might lose the contract if the Government Accountability Office, the GAO, finds something. I honestly don't think that they will. And Nova, this is okay. So this is my opinion now. So that's what's going on. We'll know in August what the result of that GAO is, of that kind of audit of the contracting process is. We'll know then. Now, with that being said, here's what EJ thinks. What I think is that, remember how I said there's two? There is two HLS contracts out there. The first one is for that demonstration mission and landing. The second one is for operational missions throughout the rest of this decade. That contract is the one that just got a $10 billion funding bump. Well, the Senate wants it to have a $10 million funding bump. And I have a sneaking feeling, Nova, that if the House approves that and it goes through, that I have a sneaking feeling that is that those protests will just kind of go away. But once again, personal opinion there. Who knows? This is exactly from CBS News. SpaceX has suspended work on SpaceX's new $2.9 billion lunar lander contract while a federal watchdog agency adjudicates two protests over the award. How is that any different than what I just said? They didn't lose anything. It's in limbo. Blue Origin alleges that the agency unfairly moved the goalposts at the last minute. Yeah. I mean, were you even listening? Or were you just looking for a source? Like, anyway, let's move on. Okay, so this one's coming from Mike Sheets here. Mike Sheets is the space reporter for CNBC, and he's orbital rocket launches continuing the trend back toward historic highs in 2020 with 114 total carrying 1,282 spacecraft, according to a report by Bryce Space Tech. Let's see. 2021 year in review. 73 non-commercial launches, 41 commercial launches. $1957, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2010, 2009, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032, 2033, 2034, 2035, 2036, 2037, 2038, 2039, 2040, 2041, 2042, 2043, 2044, 2045, 2046, 2047, 2048, 2049, 2050, 2051, 2052, 2053, 2054, 2055, 2056, 2057, 2058, 2059, 2060, 2061, 2062, 2063, 2064, 2065, 2066, 2067, 2068, 2069, 2070, 2071, 2072, 2073, 2074, 2075, 2076, 2077, 2078, 2079, 2080, 2081, 2082, 2083, 2084, 2085, 2086, 2087, 2088, 2089, 2090, 2091, 2092, 2093, 2094, 2095, 2096, 2097, 2098, 2099, 2000, 2001, 2002, there. See that bump? And then it goes to here? That's the dot-com bubble bursting. Look what that did to the space industry. You can see it quantified right there. Yeah, China is building out their GPS network floating. It's called Baidao. Yeah, that's why they have so many launches. They're building out their in-space communication systems. They launch all the time, dude. Long March 2s. But it started decreasing before that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. You don't need to... This is in the 60s right here. Building all of these... this is when we built out, like, all the communication, missile warning systems and stuff, and then you... this is what I mean about the launch market being sinusoidal. All right? Demand spikes up and down every couple of years. It's been trending up because these satellites need to be replaced. Seriously, that's the reason. Doesn't that uptick almost correspond when SpaceX started ramping up launches? So 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011, 2010, 2009, 2008, 2007, 2006, 2005. So the dip is in 2005. That's when I was in high school, yeah. It's big, like, no, liking space wasn't cool. Right there. I'm not sure, Hell Hydra. Don't know. Do China launch any commercial satellites? They do, Mislius. Sometimes. They don't launch any Western communication satellites. That's... And look, I'm gonna get into more stupid stuff here. There's a reason why we don't work with China on things, because we tried to do that in the 90s. We tried to work with them on launching a commercial satellite, a U.S. satellite on a Chinese rocket. And they were working and everything was going good. And the rocket, well... Here. We helped them upgrade their guidance systems on Long March 3 to interface with Intelsat 708. All right? So, you know, we sent our engineers over there, or Intelsat sent their engineers over there, and they were working on the satellite and worked on the launch, and this is what it did. So, I don't know if you... It's hard to see from this, but that crashed into a village. Yeah, so what happened right after that is that China promptly took every American that was there, put them on buses, packed all their bags for them, and deported them out of the country. We haven't worked with China on anything since, because they used that to upgrade their ICBMs. They used all that tech to upgrade their guidance systems on their intercontinental ballistic missiles. And for all we know, Intelsat wasn't even on that rocket. You know? That's why we don't work with them. Because of a business deal that went sour in the 90s. All the engineers, they promptly put on buses, and they shipped them through the village that rocket crashed into, out of the country. And if you think I'm full of crap, here, look. There's footage of them, of the engineers being bussed out past the village that's literally leveled. It's around somewhere. It's floating around on YouTube somewhere. I'm trying to find it here. It'll probably take a second. What was the fault of the launch? We don't know. They just shipped it. They didn't do any fault tree analysis. No, nothing. They just bust all the engineers completely. Like, they packed all their bags for them and deported them immediately. We never knew what went wrong with that thing. That's a little sus, don't you think? Is China still banned from the ISS? Jeff, that's the exact reason why they are. That's the exact reason, because of Intelsat 708. That's the reason why we don't work with them. So before, you say like, oh, we're just being pieces of crap and we don't want to work with China. No, there's a very good reason why. Probably, Phil. That's probably what I'd believe that. So, yeah, Measly, it's important to understand context there, you know? You seriously think that I think that you're full of crap? No. That's rhetorical. That's just how I talk. Relax. I don't think it was a planned failure, Measlius. I think what Phil has paid the bills said is probably more likely. But You know, I mean, on the other hand, Measley, it's like they clearly don't have any problems just dropping stages on people, so I don't know, man. But yeah, there's the context. Like, I don't know I'm not gonna sit here and say like I understand the background to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reason why we don't worry. I don't know what's like, you know, more or less the context of that. But you know, once the government makes up their mind on something like that, that's game over. You know? Yeah, Hypersonic, I'm with you on that one. You know, like we just saw that all the rockets just magically had an improvement in the guidance systems after that launch. It's like, okay. Anyway. Let's see. What else do we got? There's no new NSF vid. I don't think. Oh yeah, no. All right. We have this. Here we go. We're going to finish it up here. I found it. The end video is shots of the village. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah. Like I said, it's important to understand context, guys. Yeah, whatever you can think of it, whatever you want to think. But yeah, it's important to understand the context. Anyway, let's go back over here. I'm not trying to make your day worse. Let's go back and check out some Starship footage. No, Hypersonic. Yeah, I'm never gonna figure that one out. All right, so this is what happened yesterday. They moved another tower segment and another looks like the water tank. Is that a Starship or a grain silo? Yeah, Knight, I'm with you on that one. Karate also with you on that one. Is that guy backing up over there on the left? Pickup truck's just in reverse. Dude, look at the power boom crane. It's unbelievable. Texas Pride, baby. Hell yeah. But yeah, that guy is going in reverse. Why is he going in reverse? Oh, sorry. That looks so funny. That looks so funny sped up. Hold on. You've heard of the Eyes of Texas, right? Negative. Nice to see the grain silo get a walk every once in a while. Oh, that's so cool. Maybe the video is in reverse. Then all the other trucks are driving backwards if the video is in reverse. Blue, that doesn't help anything. That makes it worse. How do you apply for that job? Get into the trades, man. Yeah, Sassor, I got it. And Swishio, I got your picture of the Rocket Lab stuff as well. Very cool. Maybe the guy driving the hauler is inside the backwards truck. Why doesn't he sit in the pickup end then? Right side, y'all? Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Jack, yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah, I don't have Lab Padre on over here because, I don't have Lab Padre on over here because I haven't asked for his permission. I have full permission from NSF, yeah. I'm allowed to restream their videos, and yes, I did ask. No, it's not sad at all. It's a great song, Audrey. Get the frick up! Bum, 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 bum. Someone says, get the frick up! Throw your hands to the sky. Blah, 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 blah. EJ doesn't want to get DMCA'd. What's up? Bum, 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 bum. Don't copyright strike me. Yeah. No, don't do that. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I try not to do self-censoring, Nova. Just try to keep it classy during the day. Past midnight Eastern, I don't care. Say whatever you want in chat. Just don't be too much of a dickbag. You know what I mean? Not you, just in general. The Eyes of Texas. Oh, yeah. Everybody asks about DMCA, but no one asks about YMCA. Oh. Roy Orbison. Yeah, you know, karate. When I was your age, my mother told me not to get a tattoo of Roy Orbison. I trust you'll make the right decision. Look at that. Oh, look at the little baby crane. That's cute. A little baby crane. But did you see the Kong crane? It is mental. Yeah, Nova, I know all about that. Dude, I actually did a deep dive on stream about how these cranes work. I know the guys that are operating them. I do. That's pretty cool. Last, as soon as possible. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Was ist das?
Listen, Tranquility Base here.
The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. There's a couple of guys turning blue down here. We're breathing again. Access, 25 bucks. The wife and I just got back from visiting Boston. Sorry for bringing the Midwest heat. And you're welcome for taking it back with us. Also, screw Route 1. Oh, you were on Route 1. Did you stop by Kelly's Access? All of it. How is that allowed? But the city was lovely. Great people, great food, and great drink. Yeah. Hey, you should have told me you were here. Howdy, Mr. Fed. What's going on? My buddy drives a crane, don't you know? Brag more. No, seriously, I don't know the guys that are operating these cranes, Snickers. Not the ones at Boca Chica. I know guys that operate the same type of cranes that watch the stream, and they taught me all about it. These cranes are, they are a monument to engineering. It's ridiculous how big some of those cranes are. I see it, Thomas. I see it. Your link, it made me download your link. Can you,
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Here, you know what? We'll pause this for a moment. Copy link address. Oh. Big D, tier 3, 75. Wow, do you ever think we'd get this far, dude? Jeez, man. Hands. Wow. Anyway, thanks for subbing the entire time, Dave. I appreciate it, man. Seriously. Thanks for supporting me. Just so appreciate it. I'm gonna post this on Insta. White woman Instagram. What? Sorry.
Hi.
Hello.
If Kamir doesn't have a sub, somebody gift him a sub. Because
Did he fix it?
it's not. So my OS isn't fixed, but he showed me how to copy my files from the hard drive onto here so that I can at least do the work I need to do and deal with everything else afterwards.
Are you gonna post this on White Woman Instagram?
I'm not gonna post this on White Woman Instagram.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Or are you just gonna repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff? Oh hi, Satan.
So Kamir is this week's Brimo hero. Because I would have just written, I would have been like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't even want to touch the OS nonsense until we get back from vacation. It's not worth it if I have what I need on the laptop.
That's really interesting, and I'm gonna let you finish. But what do you think of that picture?
Nice.
Nice?
Nice.
Is Orange Rocket good?
Orange Rocket good.
Oh-ho! Oh-ho! Nice. Well, I'm glad you got it sorted out, baby, at least temporarily.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna fire me for...
She's worried about getting fired from her side hustle. She's self-employed. Alright. Anyway. Dave, thanks, bro. Dude, SLS is in the air! Hopefully the next time I say that, its engines are actually on. Just off the stand photo. Oh my god, they should be live streaming this. That's gnarly. Look at this thing. Oh, dude, this should be live streamed. Damn it. Brim fresh? Brim, la 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 la. I forgot the brim fresh. Cream fresh. Cafeteria fresh. Nice, Karate. Classic, man. Oh, Karate, that's funny as hell, dude. I forgot the cream fresh. Shelly? Elon tweet. It'll take a while to do this. Was ist Elon saying? It looks just like Kerbal Connections. Oh god. Goalie, I mean, do you think they'll have it? Do you think they're just gonna hook it up and hang it tonight, or do you think they're actually gonna put it up on the stand? Do you think they're gonna stack it? Useful Master Orbit is the primary figure of merit. And then Adam Klotz asks, once Starship is operational, will you move Starlink launches over to Starship, or will Falcon 9 still serve some launches? Starlink missions will move to Starship. Cool. Alright, back over to this. Oh my god. You know what? This picture is going to go in my SLS compilation. You can't leave a live load. Got it. Core stage was lifted horizontally late this morning. Work then paused. Breakover. Oh. Hang on. Yeah, it's my research folder. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ark. I want a picture of the full stack in the V. I want this picture with the core stage. I want some. I mean, God, Dang, man, they should be live streaming this. I'll go down there, dude. I'll live stream it. You want me to turn the camera away? I'll do it. Does the top platform move? All these platforms move. So Sun Temple, these work like a kitchen cabinet. Like you open and close it. These high bays move like this. So yeah, they will move this out of the way. Or at least they'll move it out of the way to an extent. Actually, if I had to guess, they'll probably move these top ones out of the way as much as they can. I think that this platform might be staying there. The reason why that platform is staying there, because if you look very closely at this picture, you see that bracket right there with the fins in it? Here, let me go into the research folder, and we can zoom in a little bit better than with Flickr. Take a look. All right, so see this right here? That's going to have a pin on it. That's where the core stage is actually attached to the SRB. There's pins on both sides. And I'm pretty sure they're going to leave the service gantries there so they can attach the pins. The core stage, so how this all works is that you have your launch pad down here, and then you have your SRBs, right? Like what you see in the picture, right? And then, this drawing sucks. And then at the top of the SRBs, right, there's that pin structure like this on both sides, right? This thing holds a pin like that on either side, and then the core stage has the socket on either side. And then the socket is connected on a huge truss segment that goes through the inner tank, and the truss segment has a couple of speed holes in it. And that basically, this whole thing ties the whole rocket together. That's the thermal exhaust port of the entire design. That holds it all together. So the core stage, when I say it's hanging on the SRBs, that is exactly what I mean. The SRBs are holding up the core stage. The shuttle engines in the bottom of the core stage are not touching the launch pad. Nope. Yeah, Audrey, it's going to be amazing. Your mom said I have a huge thrust segment. You know, the thrust segment is shaped like knee games, the thrust structure on the rocket is actually very, very short and very, very wide. So, did my mother say you have a chode or something? I don't think that's something to be very proud of. Like, I mean, those are your words, man, not mine. Like, hey, you know, it's 2021. We can respect, you know, people with different shapes and sizes, man. I'm sorry, man. You left yourself wide open. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I had to. I feel bad now. I feel bad. The dude's packing a tuna can. Jesus Christ. Stop! He's already dead. I'm about to end this man's whole career. It's like that time that guy came in. We were watching a shuttle launch, and he's like, it's dick shaped. I'm like, does your dick have wings or something? Like, that's a space shuttle. Like, does it have wings on the side? I mean, you probably should go to a doctor or something. Jeez. Like, I don't know what to tell you, homie. If it looks like a space shuttle stack, like, that has some problems. Hodl your chodels. Red Bull does give you wings. They never specified where. Well, looking at the stairs for the SRBs gives you a sense of scale. Oh, yeah. I mean, they should be streaming this, but I'll tell you this. Some of the pictures coming out of the NASA Twitter accounts, dude. Oh, man. I mean, this doesn't suck, dude. Yeah, I mean, these 5 segments are, I mean, they're about as tall as a Falcon 9, so it's got to be 150 feet, easy. I mean, the mobile launcher, the top level on the ML is 305. Yeah, 385 feet. The crew access tower is 285. The one with the crew access arm. You can't even see the crew access arm in this picture, which is nuts. How much does that cost core stage weigh, and what crane are they using for it? They're using a 375-ton crane. I'm not sure how much it weighs. Probably less than that. Looks like a set for a James Bond movie. I mean, there's just so much eye candy inside of the VAB. What's the stuff that comes in Jello cups that isn't Jello? Pudding? Yeah, yeah, this is only half of it, for sure. Yeah, that's what... This is with the SLS Pathfinder. This is what we should be seeing soon. So, for a little bit of reference, the SLS Pathfinder here... this is actually a good picture. This platform right here is that platform right there. You miss working on the SRBs, Max? Oh. Did you work on the SRBs? You want to talk about it? Want to talk about it? Putting the nice demo. Do you feel good about yourself? Forward thrust structure from the SRBs. Well, that's not a thrust structure. That's just forward skirt. I like the tic-tac-toe boards. Yep, that's where the forward attachment point is right there. Yeah, Linprod, I got pictures of that, dude. Yeah, so that's the crane up there. The core stage is about 220, I think it's 220 feet. That is about the size of Super Heavy, or about the size of a full Falcon 9 stack. And once again, that platform right there, the one that's closed, is that platform right there. So that should tell you how tall the VAB is. It is absurdly large. Like, you don't understand the scale until you go inside it. What's the specific impulse of the SRBs? Pretty bad, Sea Dragon. It's somewhere in the 300s, I think. It's not very good. SRBs aren't designed to be efficient. They're designed to make power. Lots of power. Oh, mama. Yeah. Look at Play-Doh. I left after they finished stacking the center aft segments, went to a neighboring rocket company. Oh, really, Max? Really? Oh, well, neighboring rocket companies are cool. I wonder if I got any pictures of the stacking. There's the avionics test. LVSA, mobile launcher. Yeah, 250. They're not efficient, guys. They're really not. They're designed to make power. Lots of power. Hey, there's Charlie Duke. That's cool. I forgot about these pictures. Oh, yes. That's the engine section for Core Stage 2, by the way. There's another one. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Wait, maybe that's Core Stage 1. I don't know. I know they're working on the engine section for Core Stage 2. I don't remember taking it. Oh. Man, I wish SLS would do kind of like Vulcan. These are filthy EJ, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So Max, you were in there working on this stuff? That's really cool, man. Really freaking cool. I mean, it's a hell of a rocket, dude. It's a hell of a piece of equipment, man. Seeing it stacked in the VAB is going to make me very, very happy. 2 SLSs in the VAB at the same time. goalie. I tell you what I'd do, man. You need a couple $1 billion. I tell you what I'd do, man. Launch 2 SLSs at the same time, man. This is dang straight. Always wanted to do that. Did you ever test fly the upgraded SSTO? No, I didn't. Didn't fly it. Altio, I'm with you on that one. You have 4 high bays. Use them, please. They talked about renovating high bay 1 for SLS. We need another high bay and we need another mobile launcher, Max. If we're serious about sustainable lunar exploration, I'm dead serious. You're not going to do it with 1 ML. You know the pipelines for how long it takes to put the stack together. You need 2, at least, at the very least. If you're going to show these pictures, tag the stream for not safe for work. Yep. Well, I can do it in KSP. Dang, what you waiting for? Hired. Watch the VOD from yesterday. You'll see. I didn't launch the upgraded one because I didn't need to. The small one makes it. And it makes it back down. I sent one into space and got it back. It's sitting on the pad ready for another test flight right now. I mean, love, I could make an SLS. Yeah, we could do that. That's no problem. If they had a real crane operator, it'd be done by now. They should be streaming this, goalie. I'm gonna keep saying that till I'm blue in the face. NASA should be streaming this. They should be streaming the core stage mate. They would have thousands of viewers right now. Does your SSDO work yet? It's getting there. Can you refuel on orbit in KSP? Sure. Have you planned payload integration yet? I don't have that figured out, Pruffles. How did you do it? So, I will get to that when we start KSP. Let's finish up this Starship video. And then we'll go from there. Squeaked it back, to be fair. Don't tell them that, Karate. Jeez. Bro, I'm trying to look cool here. Hey, I'm trying to score ports with the teacher, man. Don't screw it up! I dare you to touch the rocket motors. Touch the rocket motors? That's assault, brother. You double dare me? Jim would have streamed it. That's right, Hellfish. You would have. You blew it! Miss Vaughn, would you ever launch on a rocket that you like more than a friend? Well, you see, chat, rockets like to launch... Expensive rockets like to launch expensive payloads. What about Starlink? You're a more expensive payload than Starlink. Elon, I'll give you a payload. What was that, Ernie? Nothing. Launch it tomorrow in class, Miss Vaughn. You blew it! I don't know. Don't. Why? What do you... All right. I can feel your judgment through the damn camera. No, shut up. This is my stream, and I can look like a moron if I want to. All right? Now what? Have you watched For All Mankind? Thoughts? Paul, I've watched the first season of For All Mankind. I liked it. Second season, no. Yeah, I don't think about that season. Yeah, just great story, I've been told. Yeah, I don't think about it. A sat will be moved soon. Also, the Cape's getting busy. Sweet. Ask her if she likes Starship more than SLS. Ask her if she's ever launched a payload. I don't understand what you're saying anyway. Yes. Yes. Alright. You see, Ernie, grown-ups like to go out with other grown-ups. You're more of a grown-up than Billy. I'll give you a grown-up. What was that? That movie's so stupid. I love it so much. What's that, Endo? Oh, what a picture. I have so many questions about the spreader bar. Hey, Mason. Hey, kids, it's me. I bet you thought that I was dead. Is that SN9? But when I fell over, I just broke my wing and got a hemorrhage in my fuel lines. Is Starship ever going to use a mobile launcher? I don't think so, T-Man. Hey, Cake? Show it, I'm on mobile. Show what? Spreader? It just met her. God damn it. They will. Oil platforms are mobile. I mean, you know, Steven, I'm usually not happy when people get me on technicalities like that because it doesn't matter. But also, yeah, I mean, I can't sit here and tell you that an oil rig launch platform is not also mobile. So it is technically a mobile launch platform. You know what? You're absolutely right, man. Hey, drummer. I heard SpaceX people talking about buying a crawler and a mobile launcher. Really? Why? They're building the Eiffel Tower. Yeah. Raphael, you seem to be very good at ascent profiles. What did you think of that? And renting out a high bay. Oh, gosh, I can dream, goalie. I can dream, man. Man, there's 7 of these things. It's going to be 7 segments tall, so we're at 3. There's the 4th one. There's still 3 more. I would be pretty happy with that, Thomas. Yeah. 7. My question is if SpaceX uses a high bay and a mobile launcher, goalie, where are they going to launch it? 39A? I mean, I'm pretty sure SpaceX put a building in the way. Oh hi bay. What's new with you? Please tell me that has an elevator. It will in the end, Sea Dragon. Yep. I'm still wondering how they're going to get it to the oil platforms. T-Man, I think they're going to land it. Oh, hey, Grove Crane. Oh, Phil, don't you do that. Don't you even suggest that. All right. It could use 39B. Methane. They would need a lot of money to upgrade the pad. Yeah, Roger, I'm with you on that one. I just wonder where they put the hydrogen. That way they can fit enough air to launch. Yeah, Raph, I don't know. Like Elon don't have that. You know what? That's a very good point. I hear no end of the night. That's sus. I mean, all right, that's gonna do it. Let's change the title. Yeah. Yeah, Raja, probably.